Hey everyone, today I'm going to be going over your Module 5 practice test. So number 1 says to evaluate one step at a time. This means to use the order of operations. Okay, to give an answer, remember that order of operations is GE, MD, AS. So we're going to start with our grouping symbols. Are there any exponents? Multiply and divide from left to right. And then adding and subtracting from left to right. So in number 1, I'm going to do 5 squared first. 5 squared is 25 plus 7, and then 25 plus 7 is 32. Number 2 says 21 minus 3 squared, so I'm going to do 3 squared first. So 21 minus 9 plus 2. Now I'm going to do 21 minus 9 because I'm going from left to right. So 21 minus 9 is going to be 12 plus 2, and 12 plus 2 is 14. In number 3, I'm going to do this first set of multiplication first. So 12 plus 9 times 8. Now I'm going to do this multiplication. So 12 plus 72 is 84. Number 4, I'm going to multiply first. So 18 plus 6 is 24. Number 5, I'm going to do the exponent first. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, minus 3 plus 2 times 5. I've got some multiplication here at the end first. So 16 minus 3 plus 10. And now I'm going from left to right. 16 minus 3 is 13, plus 10 is 23. In number 6, I've got some parentheses. So in my parentheses, I'm going to do my exponent first. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. And I'm going to keep those parentheses until I've completely finished with them. So now 32 minus 4 is going to be 28 minus 3 times 2 plus 1. Now there's another set of grouping symbols over here, so I have to do those first. So 28 minus 3 times 3. And then multiplication comes first before subtraction. So 28 minus 9 is going to be 19. In number 7, I'm going to do 18 minus 5 first because it's going from left to right. 18 minus 5 is 13, plus 2 is 15. In number 8, I'm going to do my division first because it comes first from left to right. 18 divided by 9 is 2, times 2 is 4. Now in these first 8 questions, I added the lines, so I'm the one who drew the lines. Up here, starting with number 9, you can see that I tell you the number of lines of work that you need to have for each of these problems. So number 9 says, what is the value of CD if C is 9 and D is 8? So I'm going to put a 9 in for C and an 8 in for D. So I'm going to have 9 times 8. So there's my first line. And then my second line is going to be simplifying that. So 9 times 8 is 72. Remember, when it's written like this, this means C times D. Number 10 says, what is the value of S minus T plus U if S is 12, T is 8, and U is 20. So here's line number 1. And then line number 2 is going to be me going from left to right. So 12 minus 8 is 4 plus 20, which is 24. Number 11 says to evaluate 4 plus 8a. When a is equal to 12. So this is going to be 4 plus 8 times 12. Remember that 8a means 8 times a. So this is 4 plus 8 times a. Now in this one, my multiplication needs to come first. So I'm going to do 4 plus 96. And 4 plus 96 is 100. Number 12 says it's 5 lines. So I need to have 5 lines of work as I'm plugging things in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got parentheses here. 3 times 7 plus 9 divided by 3 plus 7. So I'm going to work in this set of parentheses first, going from left to right. My multiplication comes first. So 21 plus 9 divided by 3 plus 7 in parentheses. I'm going to do my next step on the left here, which is 30. So those parentheses can go away. And then 3 plus 7. So now I'm going to do 3 plus 7. So 30 divided by 10, and 30 divided by 10 is 3. Now we're going to switch into writing expressions. So writing expressions with variables in it. So number 13 says $10 less than Caitlin. So less than means subtraction. So my variable, I'm going to use X for all of my variables. X is going to be money Caitlin has, because that's what I don't know. And I know that I have $10 less than her. Number 14 says 13 times the cost of one ticket. Well, I don't know the cost of one ticket. So that's going to be my variable, and I'm going to do 13 times X. Number 15 says 12 inches longer than the width, so longer is going to mean addition here. So X is going to represent my width, because I don't know that information, and 12 inches longer than the width is going to be 12 plus X. Number 16 says 8 more than, twice the number of Alex topics. So I'm going to have 2 operations here. I've got addition, and then this is multiplication by 2. And then it says twice the amount of Alex topics. So X is going to be Alex topics. So 8 more than twice the number of Alex topics. Okay, that's the front side. So we're going to work our way into the back side. There's one more writing expression over here. So this says the difference, which is going to be subtraction, between 40 and the original height. Well, I don't know what the original height is. And when it says the difference, that means I'm going to subtract in order. So 40 minus X. Number 18, it starts with simplify each expression. That means to use the distributive property. So distribute and combine like terms, and we're going to say if necessary, because there's not always like terms to combine. So in number 18, I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to do 6 times x plus 6 times 4, and I get 6x plus 24. In number 19, I'm just going to go backwards. So it's going to be 2 times 5 plus 2 times r. So it's going to be 10 plus 2r. Number 20, I'm going to distribute the 11. So it's going to be 11 times n plus 11 times 3. So 11n plus 33. In number 21, we're just combining like terms. So I've got 25 minus 8. 25 minus 8 is going to be 17 plus x, not 8. In number 22, I'm going to distribute and combine like terms. So I'm going to have 8x plus 4 times x plus 4 times 5 minus 2. So I've got to do this chunk first. So I'm going to have 8x plus 4x plus 20 minus 2. Now I've got 8x plus 4x and then 20 minus 2 and as my like terms. So I've got 12x plus 18. Okay, remember you're deciding what can be friends and what can't. Number 23, I'm adding a bunch of x's together. So 5 plus 3 plus 1 more x is going to be 9x. In number 24, I've got a 2x and a 4x that can go together. So 6x, I've got a 5 minus 3y, so I've got 2y's. Number 25, I can only combine 12 and 12, so I've got 24x plus 6. In number 26, I'm going to distribute first. So 7 times 2b plus 7 times 9 plus 8b. So I've got 14b plus 63 plus 8b. And then I've got 14 plus 8 is 22b plus 63. In number 27, I only have a 12x and a minus 4x in common. So I've got 8x plus 11y. Number 28 is just the distributive property. So 7 times 2x minus 7 times 6y. So 14x minus 42y. In number 29, I'm going to distribute first, then combine like terms. So 5 times x plus 5 times 3. So I've got 4x plus 5x plus 15. 4x and 5x are like terms. So 9x plus 15. For number 30, I'm going to distribute first, then combine like terms. So 6 plus 3 times x plus 3 times 4. So 6 plus 3x plus 12. And then I can combine 6 and 12. So I get 3x plus 18. Okay, that's your distributing and combining like terms. Sometimes you have to distribute, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have to combine like terms, sometimes you don't. Okay, we always take care of our distributive property first, so break open those parentheses first by distributing, and then decide if anything can be friends. Number 31, we're factoring using the greatest common factor. So the GCF of 20 and 35 is going to be 5. So I'm going to build my skeleton. And I'm going to put 5 first. 5 times 4x is 20. And 5 times 7y gets me to 35y. So then I'm going to have 5 on the outside, 4x plus 7y on the inside. For 24, the greatest common factor between 24 and 60 is going to be 12. So again, I'm going to build my skeleton with 12 in the first spot. So 12 times 2x and then 60 times 5y. So 12 times 2x plus 5y. For 42 and 56, the greatest common factor is going to be 14. So it's going to be 14 times 3x and 14 times 4. So 14 times 3x plus 4. Number 34 says to write the standard form and the exponential form. So this is expanded. Exponential is going to be 4 to the 4th power. And then 4 to the 4th power is going to be 256. Which is going to be your standard form. Number 35 is kind of silly. Just look at number 34. Very similar. So this one I'm trying to do 4 to what power is equal to 256? So I'm going to test. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. And then if I do 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, I get 256. This is going to be the 4th power. So your answer here is this exponent of 4. The expanded form of 5 to the 4th power is to write out the multiplication 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. As you can see, that is the end of your Module 5 practice test. You will be taking the Module 5 test on Wednesday. So you'll have some time and a resource now to create your note card for the test, as well as correct any errors on your Module 5 practice test and get any questions that you need answered. Okay, again, your Module 5 test will be on Wednesday.